on TMZ.
Okay, Rihanna's preparing for her big day in court with her guy, A$AP Rocky.
So we got Rihanna and A$AP last night out in LA. They look to be in pretty good spirits.
And then today, of course, she's in court. Does the judge say anything to the jury ahead of time, like, we have a VIP here today?
What is Rocky?
That's so insulting to Rocky. Bruno Mars is thrilled over a huge music accomplishment, and he's celebrated by saying, "Keep streaming, I'll be out of debt in no time."
Referring to the rumor that he has $50 million in gambling debts.
How do you get $50 million in gambling debts?
You bet and you lose.
Yeah, but $50 million? You feel like a social worker would come up and be like, Bruno.
Do you think they have social workers working in casinos?
Rachel Kirkconnell revealing why her and Matt James broke up. They went out to a restaurant.
I started tearing up at dinner.
And he was like, why are you crying?
And he just told her, I don't see myself getting engaged to you anytime soon.
It took him 4 years to figure it out. Bro, you knew earlier.
Was he lying to her the whole
time? Yes! You guys all lie.
You know why we lie? Because you start crying at dinner for no reason.
Anthony Mackie is responding to the criticism he got from the comments they made on Captain America.
Saying that Captain America does not represent America.
He's trying to clean this up. He is Captain America. It is a cartoon character. Jason, when you wear the blue suit with the star, you have to represent
He's
America.
a Marvel character. Are we worried about Iron Man's impact on Iron? We don't.
How you doing? Good to see you.
That's A$AP Rocky arriving at court today, and Rihanna's already inside to support her man who's facing criminal charges.
While A$AP came in through the front door, Rihanna came in through the parking garage to avoid the media circus outside. She sat in the front row of the gallery between A$AP's mom and his sister.
Does the judge say anything to the jury ahead of time, like, we have a VIP here today, but I need you to focus on...
What is Rocky?
I know, that's so insulting to Rocky.
And kind of true, but Rocky's probably hoping Rihanna gives him a little bit of luck after Tuesday in court.
Arguably a bad day for A$AP Rocky because you had A$AP really on the stand talking about the moment that Rocky pulled the gun on him.
But you wouldn't know it was a bad day because Tuesday night, A$AP and Rihanna hit the town.
So we got Rihanna and A$AP last night out in LA at a restaurant called Verse, and they looked to be in pretty good spirits. Rihanna stopped and signed some autographs for some people.
The question is, what did they talk about?
You don't make small talk about other things, right?
No, Rocky's probably not like, hey, how about that new episode of Severance we just watched?
I would not be surprised if that was the conversation at dinner last night where Rihanna's going to him, why didn't you take this deal again?
At this point, do you think A$AP Rocky's like, I might have made a big mistake here?
He could have had 180 days in jail and 3 years probation. Instead, he could get 24 years in prison.
I know 24 is the max he could get. The bullet did just graze.
Dude, he shot a gun at somebody that hit somebody. Stop like it wasn't a big crime.
You can't send someone to jail.
No, he's not gonna get 24 years.
But he'd get years.
Hopefully not as many years as it takes Rihanna to release an album. Good luck to both A$APs.
Kim Kardashian went to town on a BMW's windshield with a yellow baseball bat.
Please tell me this is a role, otherwise...
Yep, it's a role. So she's starring in a Hulu legal drama called All's Fair. And in a scene, she grabs a yellow baseball bat and jumps on the hood of a BMW and goes to town on the windshield.
That's given very Beyonce, isn't it? Yeah. Yellow bat, yellow dress.
It is, yeah.
It has to be like a prop glass to actually smash in a car window like this.
I think it's gonna be that candy glass. I don't think it's gonna be real.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a real
Oh,
glass.
has anyone ever damaged your car? You feel like someone would damage your car.
Whoa. Let's just move.
Do you want to answer? Because I can.
Yeah. There's a reason they have body shops. It's fine.
Talking about the strip club?
It just says cheapskate and the key is around.
Oh, you need a stripper, did it?
All right, Las Vegas, America's playground. Come on by and enjoy a huge line of credit. What? Not so fast, Bruno Mars. How are those streaming numbers?
Bruno Mars is thrilled over a huge music accomplishment because it's helping him get out of his imaginary gambling debt.
Well, It's either imaginary or it's real.
First things first, it was just announced Bruno is the first artist on Spotify to reach 150 million monthly listeners. So he posts, "Keep streaming, I'll be out of debt in no time," seemingly, jokingly, referring to rumors he owes the Park MGM $50 million.
And that's why he had a super long residency at Park MGM, because they said, you're gonna keep performing until you get out of this massive debt.
How do you get 50 million in gambling debts?
50 million on red! There, took about 3 seconds. But last year, MGM told us the rumors are absolute nonsense.
50 million? There's just someone that you feel like a social worker would come up and be like, Bruno, let's go get ourselves a cup of tea.
Vegas, baby. Vegas.
That would be hilarious if casinos had social workers come in and say, hey, before we place another bet, we just want to know what's going on with you.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
When you're in the high roller rooms, the drinks that the waitresses serve you, are they like better quality drinks?
They'll definitely make you like a beautiful Cosmo and stuff.
Cosmo?
You order that, you'd have to kick your own ass. Congrats on the Spotify thing, Bruno. Let it ride!
Joey King, she's the star of the Kissing Booth movies on Netflix. She's been in a ton of movies and TV shows. She played Gypsy Rose. She burned herself cooking dinner on her face and neck. It's bad. So she posted the photos of all these burns all down her chin and neck.
What the hell was she cooking?
She was putting shallots into a pan of hot oil.
How much oil was in there?
I don't know, maybe the shallots were a little wet or something and it popped out. You can see it splattered all over her chin and neck. She says, I tell my mom about this and she says, see, that's why I hate cooking.
Listen, takeout is very easy.
Inexpensive.
And it helps the economy.
Well, how about just take a cooking class so you know how to cook?
Also, when that happens, do you keep cooking? Do you finish the meal or do you order out right then?
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe there were a few glasses of wine involved in this. I mean, how does your face get burnt? I've cooked my whole
You never
life.
had some spatter?
I've had a little bit of spatter. Have you ever done this to your face?
No, not that bad.
Again, hi. I just want to
Why
order.
are you calling people?
Who orders on the phone?
Much easier. No burns.
Old man, what are you doing? Hello, Domino's.
Please get our app, old man.
Sir, there's an app for this.
I'm still like trying to process it.
That's Bachelor winner Rachel Kirkconnell on the Call Her Daddy podcast, explaining how she discovered her boyfriend Matt James made their breakup public.
She was getting on a flight from Tokyo to Atlanta, it's a 12-hour flight, and she said right when she was on the plane about to take off for this long-ass flight, she gets a text and was notified that Matt James posted publicly that they broke up.
Literally, the plane is taking off, and I see his post, and that's it.
And then the service goes out. Oop, that's all you got.
Wi-Fi's $8. Apparently it wasn't worth it.
Okay, but why did Rachel and Matt actually break up after being together 4 years?
The night before the breakup, they went out to a restaurant. She had picked the restaurant, and the restaurant wasn't like up to par.
She said it wasn't a good restaurant, so she was like embarrassed.
And she was crying after.
And he just was trying to express to me, like, if you get emotional about little things like this, like, what is going to happen in life when something really terrible happens? Like,
Okay, but what did Matt say that really made her think he'd never want to get married?
I can't actually see myself married to you.
Oh yeah, that'd do it all right.
It took him 4 years to figure it out. Bro, you knew earlier.
Was he lying to her the whole time?
Yes!
We don't know that. You guys are making that up.
You don't know he was lying to her.
You guys all lie.
That part's true. That part's
You
true.
know why we lied? Because you start crying at dinner for no reason.
Stay strong, Rachel Kirkconnell.
Like, I'm still in like total shock.
Anthony Mackie is responding to the criticism he got from the comments they made on Captain America. And
For me, Captain America represents a lot of different things, and I don't think the term, America should be one of those representations.
he's responding, I think, the way most people figured he'd respond. He says he's proud to be American. Captain America stands more for values than he does for a nation.
Because he was in Rome and that he was trying to make it appeal to an international audience.
We all are aware that he's a fictional character. We know that, right?
Jason, when you wear the blue suit with the star, you have to represent
He's
America.
a Marvel character. Are we worried about Iron Man's impact on Iron? We don't. Yes.
It's made up, but it means something.
No,
for
it doesn't.
decades.
It means nothing. You don't think characters stand for anything? What's wrong with you? Give me another example.
Like Popeye stands for strong, like...
If the guy playing Popeye came out and said, I don't really love spinach, we'd be okay with that. That'd be fine. Who cares?
No, not my Popeye.
Coming up.
Martha Stewart is sharing a thirst trap.
Honey, golden amber.
And it's like dripping in front of her face.
The honey's really unsanitary because that's communal honey.
No,
it is.
Coming up.
Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan are reuniting for When Harry Met Sally. It's for a Super Bowl commercial.
Wait, and it's a mayonnaise commercial?
It's for mayonnaise.
Be right back.
Juicy, delicious.
That's Martha Stewart finally answering the age-old question.
Can you still thirst trap when you're 83?
Honey, golden amber. Makes a mess.
Oh yes, yes you can.
So she's sitting there in this like pink silk robe and she's making all these sounds.
Best in the hot sun. Try eating one of these in a really white bed. Can't do it.
But if you do it, make sure you consult Martha's stain removal chart after to help you clean it up.
And then by the end of the video, you're like, what is the reason for this?
I love the Glide.
Oh dear God, we really hope this is an ad for
MAC lipsticks. Smell like vanilla.
Damn, Martha, we could watch this all day.
I legit had to turn it off.
This is so sexy.
It made me feel weird and I was like, not into it.
Alrighty, then how about Julia Fox for Mac? Nude in the subway. Now that's sexy and risque.
And that's unsanitary.
I have seen Stranger on a New York City subway, so.
Yeah, once you see a rat carrying a slice, a naked chick doesn't have quite the same shock value. So, back to Martha, where everyone can agree.
You don't put your lips on the honey dispenser, because that's communal honey.
Wow, you sound like a blast during sexy time. But no, we were gonna say Martha looks hot.
I just can't believe Martha Stewart is 83 years old.
She doesn't look a day over 75.
You couldn't have her if you tried. Now thirst trap us out of here, Martha!
From President Trump directly, an update on the New Jersey drones.
So President Trump, he's now solving another mystery about those New Jersey drones. So in November and December, all those drones were seen over New Jersey, tons of them. There's videos of it. People were freaked out that this could be enemies.
And the government wasn't saying anything about it.
He says, nothing to see here, was not the enemy.
After research and study, the drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons. This was not the enemy.
But authorized by the FAA for what purpose?
Did not say.
Well, then we still have the same mystery.
Do you think it's so scary that even he's afraid to bring it up?
No, there's no way. He would love to uncover some big conspiracy, but I kind of believe that maybe it was a nothing burger.
I don't think it's scary. I mean, I think what it is that they're doing some research that they don't want the public to know about yet.
Right.
But it is funny that last week Trump had all this bluster about it. And then once they told him what it was, it's like, oh yeah, I guess we can't tell them about it. Yeah, we'll keep that secret.
Handsome model isn't just walking the runway, he's walking right into America's favorite game, Guess the Nepo Baby! Tell us about him, Merv!
He's 19 years old, walking in Paris Fashion Week.
Which show?
Nobody cares, but we can tell you both his parents are super famous. Can you guess the Nepo Baby?
Looks like Justin Baldoni.
Don't even know where to start with that one. Give him a hint, Bob!
Are one of his parents in the fashion industry?
One.
Does Lenny Kravitz have a son?
He does not have a son, no.
Yeah, those tight pants are basically a vasectomy. Give him another hint, Gene!
His name, by the way, is Henry Gunther Ademola Dashti Samuel.
Huh, oh, Heidi Klum and Stewart?
Yes, this is Heidi Klum and Stewart.
Yes! Henry made his runway debut and he was a natural.
Modeling is like sports though, there's no real nepo to it. You either got it or not.
You have to have a baseline of attractiveness.
But you also have to do the walk.
Yeah, it's hard to do that walk. People go to classes to learn how to do the walk.
To the not so humble brag in 3, 2.
I took one because they had all of the girls that were chosen to do LA Fashion Week take the class, and I did one. It was bikinis, just throwing it out there.
Do you have photos?
Does a Nepo baby crap in the woods? No, they have golden toilets, of course, but we're sure she has an entire museum of pictures. Congrats on the debut, Henry Gunther Adamola Dashty Samuel!
I can't believe they let us back in this place.
Why?
Hello?
Nobody remembers that. Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan are reuniting for When Harry Met Sally. Kind of. They're reprising their roles to recreate the iconic orgasm scene in Cat's Deli, but this time it's for a Super Bowl commercial.
What's happening? Here we go.
I don't know if this is a good idea 40 years later.
Why?
It's a great scene.
It's great. It's great. There's also a surprise cameo at the end of this one with Sydney Sweeney.
I'll have what she's having.
I'm competing with a condiment.
Wait, and it's a mayonnaise commercial?
It's for mayonnaise.
They could have done this better, though. Sydney Sweeney should have looked right at Billy Crystal right in the eyes. I'll have what she's having.
And Billy Crystal gets up and goes to her table.
Right, exactly.
Now you're just directing a porno, you two. He's like, I got a better cut.
Lunch and a show, huh?
Coming up.
So the Senate confirmation hearings are underway for RFK, and he might be kissing up to his boss a little bit. And he said, look, if you like a McDonald's cheeseburger,
Which my boss loves. You should be able to get them.
The other part of the hearing that is fascinating is that Cheryl Hines is right over his shoulder. And she's trying like hell to not react.
The memes are gonna be crazy. They're bum, 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 bum. Like they're just gonna...
And now, what spins so fast it'll make you dizzy?
I don't want to take food away from anybody. If you like a cheeseburger, a McDonald's cheeseburger, a Diet Coke, which my boss loves.
The political spin happening at RFK Jr.'s confirmation hearing as Trump's nominee for Secretary of Health and Human Services. Also the baby mice he put in a blender.
He enjoyed showing off how he put baby chickens and mice in a blender to feed to his hogs.
That's just one of the allegations in the scathing statement Caroline Kennedy made about her cousin before his confirmation hearing. And speaking of healthy food...
So he's asked about his prior comments about certain foods being really unhealthy for you, and he said, look, I don't want to take food away from anybody. If you like a cheeseburger, which my boss loves...
Oh, wow. Every nominee does it at some point, where they make a reference to Trump and say something great about him.
Besides, even RFK enjoys McDonald's on occasion. Enjoy may be the wrong word. But he was also questioned about Caroline's accusation that he will continue to profit off vaccine lawsuits even if he's confirmed.
He will keep his financial stake in a lawsuit against an HPV vaccine.
I'm asking you to commit right now that you will not take a financial stake in every one of those lawsuits.
Senator, you're asking me not to sue vaccine pharmaceutical companies.
But the hearing went pretty much as expected, and Bobby's wife stood by him through it all.
Cheryl Hines is right over his shoulder. She's trying like hell to not react.
The memes are gonna be crazy. They're bum, 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 bum. Like they're just gonna...
Glad that's over, huh? See you at Mickey D's? No? Okay.
Coming up.
Timothée Chalamet did a ton of prep, of course, for the Bob Dylan biopic. But one thing that's new is that we're learning is...
I also put on 20 pounds because, believe it or not, I was thinner than the guy, you know?
When you are so skinny that you have to add weight to play Bob Dylan?
Timothée Chalamet did a ton of prep, of course, for the Bob Dylan biopic, A Complete Unknown. He learned to sing like Bob, talk like Bob, play harmonica, play guitar. But one thing that's new is that we're learning is...
I also put on 20 pounds because, believe it or not, I was thinner than the guy, you know?
Thinner than Bob.
When you are so skinny that you have to add weight to play Bob Dylan?
I totally believe that. I don't know. Timothée Chalamet is a very slight person.
Wait, was Bob Dylan known for being thicker?
No, totally thin. In but I guess thicker than Chalamet.
So he was that thin?
It's so wild.
Is he was sort of came on as a sex symbol. Is he still a sex symbol?
Oh, absolutely. He's a bigger sex symbol than ever.
What do you know about whether he's
My daughter tells me he's a sex symbol.
Isn't your daughter like 8?
Whenever I turn on Dune, she's like,
No!